Chapter 10, Social Suicide. I don't like the sounds of that. Is this the shoe? Is it time? Is it time for us to throw in our lot with Clark and the whole band hates us? Is that what we're doing? Ooh. Alright, I guess we'll find out. Oh! My gosh! I thought it was Hero Day. Why are you ready for a safari? Who are you supposed to be? We've peer pressured him into doing it. Do my eyes deceive me? Is Clark actually participating in Spirit Week?
Why do you feel the need to make a big deal out of everything?
Because it is a big deal. Clark dressed up for a Hero Day. Who are you, by the way? You look very familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. That's a little on the nose, isn't it? I love how Wiley looks so concerned. Oh, boy. Well.
I thought Twin Day was yesterday.
Clark?
What the hell are you supposed to be, Clark? Some kind of tighty-whitey cowboy?
Well, sir, have you looked in the mirror lately?
Sir.
I'm you, sir.
Get to stretching.
Unamused.
So is Mr. Wiley seriously your hero, or do you have a sense of humor after all? I believe that Mr. Wiley's achievements are admirable.
Told you so.
See, Tom told you he wasn't being ironic. You owe me $5.
Dang it! Ignore them, Clark. I'm proud of you for joining in on the fun.
We'd better get to stretching.
Unfortunately, it quickly shapes up to be one of those practices. Kind of like last Wednesday. The middle of the week is not a good time for this band.
I can't march backwards here. I'm going forward.
But the rest of the line is backwards marching, so you have to do it too!
That doesn't make sense.
You don't make sense!
One more time!
Go back and run it again!
Wait, Mr. Wiley! You're not giving us enough time to mark our sets!
Don't argue with me. Keep up!
They run it again. Half of the band scrambles to remember where they're going. As soon as they hit their marks, they dissolve into complaint.
Hey! Hey! Shut it! It equals mouth. Shut mouth! No one asked for your snarky commentary.
No one is following directions. They quiet down, but continue to chat or complain under their breath. Mr. Wiley shoots me an exasperated look, and I try to appear sympathetic. I don't know why they can't just do as they're told.
It's like they don't want to get better. It's like they don't even care.
I wouldn't go that far.
Hey! Listen up!
A new note of rage has entered Mr. Wiley's tone. It's enough to get everyone to shut up and look in his direction.
This is not good rehearsal etiquette. We are better than this, do you hear me? The Blue Mountain Marching Band is better than this!
Are we, though?
If you don't want to take this seriously, then you can quit right now.
Dead silence. Not even Peter has a wisecrack. Can we quit though, Mr. Wiley? Can we?
Go on! I dare you! Do it!
Still, no one moves. I'm almost too afraid to breathe.
Don't be that guy who drags down the rest of the team. Do not be that guy. Or girl. If you do drag us down, I will not hesitate to relieve you of your duties to this band.
When you say relieve of duties, that isn't connected to the gun you own, right? Clark raises his hand.
Clark.
Oh boy, here we go. What is it now, Clark?
You're saying anyone who goofs off will be kicked out of the band?
Precisely.
I see pure glee light up Clark's face. Of course he would think this is a good idea. I guess for the time being it is, since it forces everyone to quiet down and focus for the rest of practice. But I can still sense the unrest. The band is not happy with Mr. Wiley. Well, sans Clark, I guess.
I wonder what Mr. Wiley would have done if the entire band up and quit in that moment.
Bet he wouldn't have acted so high and mighty then. We should have done it, just to see what would have happened. I was about to sit with my usual crew, but then I caught wind of the conversation. I don't really want to take part in that right now. They need an attitude adjustment. Oh, Clark is sitting on his own. I'll sit with him. Hey!
Hello.
How was your morning?
It was okay. It's hard to have a good morning when Mr. Wiley's in such a bad mood.
I don't blame him. The band's behavior is ludicrous.
I know, right? Why can't they just deal with it? Complaining isn't going to make time go any faster or get you a break. It's just going to tick Mr. Wiley off.
Pathetic.
Exactly. Our generation is full of entitled ignoramuses who believe the world revolves around them.
It's so frustrating. I wish they would just do as they're told. Like the other day. Those trombones really steamed my broccoli.
What happened with the trombones?
I caught the tail end of their sectional after dinner and found them doing suicides instead of practicing the show.
You did?
Yeah, so annoying.
Did you tell Mr. Wiley?
Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that, but I got caught up in complaining. Well, no.
You should tell him right away. This is a serious offense.
It's okay. Just let it go. I already scolded them for it. I'm sure I got the point across and they won't do it again. I feel a little silly for backpedaling now, but something tells me this isn't the best day to bring up what the trombones did to Mr. Wiley.
You can't be sure about that. If you let them get away with it once, that will just encourage them to see how much more slack they can take. Didn't you say that you're determined to serve as a responsible example and keep their respect? I'll go with you if you like. You should absolutely tell Mr. Wiley about this.
You're right. Hey, we're in a chapter called Social Suicide. No one's gonna like us after this. So, I mean, yes, we probably should have reported that we were given the job to overlook to watch over the sectionals. Kind of a moot point if you watch over it and then there's a problem and you don't report on it, honestly. So, I'm kind of not doing my job if I don't report it. Sorry, Tom. Okay, we'll catch him at the end of afternoon practice and tell him then.
Excellent.
Ugh.
Don't beat yourself up about it. The trombones must face the repercussions of their poor decisions. You have certainly made the right choice by deciding to tell Mr. Wiley.
I hope you're right. I feel a little jittery. Relations haven't improved between the band and its director, but at least they're less likely to goof off in a smaller space like this. Thankfully, it's a short practice. Or it feels that way because I'm dreading for the trombone's sake what I must do at the end of it. When practice is over, it's time to speak with Mr. Wiley. I wait for Clark to join me before going to seek out our band director. I just hope we don't regret this.
How could you ever regret doing the right thing? Ah, there he is. Mr. Wiley!
I don't know if I would have included Clark in this. I mean, I appreciate the support, but I don't know. It feels weird involving another section leader with this report, to me.
What's up, kiddos?
There's something you should know. Tell him, Cadence.
Sir, I thought you should know that the trombones used their sectional on Monday to goof off. Instead of practicing marching or music, they did trombone suicides to dubstep music. I try not to look guilty, but I can't help it. I wait for him to reprimand me for coming to him about this so late, or berate me for not stepping in sooner to stop them. Sir?
Oh, wow! Trombone suicides. Boy, does that bring back memories. My college buddies and I did those all the time.
Huh, okay. You're not mad?
Mad? This is wonderful news. So wonderful, in fact, I'm going to have them perform the routine for the entire band after rehearsal tonight. Won't that be a blast?
Wait, Mr. Wiley! He's gone.
What happened to Mr. Wiley? Do you think he is ill?
He's on too many drugs for that to be the case. I don't get it. I thought he'd be angry. Didn't he just go off on a tirade about how people aren't taking things seriously enough?
I suppose there's nothing else we can do. We did our part.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a bit unexpected. Wiley continues to surprise me. After dinner, I relax in my room.
That form looks like a hieroglyph. I do not recall writing any hieroglyphs into my drill. Let's fix it, okay?
Why is he acting so chipper? It's a huge shift from this morning.
I still see freshmen who are out of step. Try your best, okay?
During water break, there only seems to be one topic of discussion.
Hey.
Is Mr. Wiley okay? I don't think he's ever been okay. But yeah, he's acting a little weirder than usual. I'm pretty sure I know what happened.
Yeah?
Alien abduction. Must have happened over dinner break. They conducted a quick lobotomy and boom! Flipped Mr. Wiley's personality on its head.
Listen.
On a more serious note, you don't think...
What?
Uh-oh.
You don't think Mr. Wiley contracted rabies from his raccoon, do you?
You know? I never thought about that. Good on you, Sam. No way! I mean, maybe? Do people with rabies act like this?
I'll look up the symptoms on my phone. We have no service, remember? Besides, I've watched enough sitcoms to know how rabies works. The most well-known symptom is fear of water.
We all look to where Mr. Wiley is chugging a bottle of water while absorbed in his clipboard. Okay. Tom, what was that lobotomy theory of yours again? Yes?
Hey, Clark, got any theories for us? No! I didn't do anything!
He flees. Clark? Clark, what's happening?
Okie dokie, children. Once you're nice and hydrated, come back out to the field.
Look, guys, don't say anything. This is better than what we had to deal with this morning, right? So don't mess it up.
This is way creepier if you ask me, but sure, if you say so. Tom, let's do this.
Sun's down, guns out. Sun's down, guns out.
Sorry to cut you off, Peter.
Sam, it's never too late to join in the tradition.
No, thanks.
We get back to work. The rest of practice passes uneventfully. I'm glad to have today over with. Just gotta announce section of the day and that'll be it. Okay, guys. The section of the day is...
Hold it.
I almost forgot. I have a very special treat for you all tonight.
A treat?
Oh.
I hope it's popsicles.
Oh, yeah.
Or Italian ice.
Even better. Actually, let me correct myself. The trombones have a very special treat for you tonight.
We do?
Get an up here, Bones! And bring your instruments.
Promise.
Put your shirt on.
He's like, yes, sir.
One by one, the trombones peel away from the crowd and come up to the front looking confused.
During sectionals, the trombones have been hard at work preparing a suicides routine instead of working on their show music. I wanted to give them an opportunity to show off their stuff.
I think Italian eyes would have been better, but okay.
Thanks, Doug.
Trombones, take it away!
Okay. Let's get an order, I guess.
Oh, one more thing. Almost forgot.
Mr. Wiley brings out something he had been hiding behind his back. It gleams in his hands, catching the glow from the stadium lights. My blood runs cold. It's a knife.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
An actual Ooh.
If you don't perform this perfectly.
Okay, this is like the worst thing that's happened so far.
You're going to tape knives to the end of your slides.
Whoa!
Whoa, what?
My buddies and I tried this in college once. It's completely safe. So long as you execute every move perfectly.
Mr. Wiley, you're joking, right? This joke, it's not a very funny one.
Come on up, everyone gets one. There are enough knives to go around.
And when you get all your knives, you turn them on Wiley and tie him up. This is what we do. We don't go through with this crazy thing.
If you perfected this routine as much as you were supposed to be perfecting the show music, then this should be cake. Come now, let's not keep the band waiting.
No way! I'm not doing that!
We're sorry we didn't hold a proper sectional.
There's no need to be sorry. I'm not angry. I just want everyone to be able to appreciate your hard work. What's wrong? Are you afraid? No worries. You don't have to partake if you don't want to.
The band releases a collective breath all of us were holding. Thank goodness.
But if you don't, you'll get kicked out of the band.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, are you putting them in the same place that Garth is?
Huh?
No way. That's not fair!
You must be kidding! You can't do this! Mr. Wiley, please, this joke isn't funny anymore. Tom.
I volunteer as tribute!
The band goes silent. Tom steps forward and faces down Mr. Wiley.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Tom!
Don't be a dumbass!
Good, good. Would anyone else like to join him?
No one says anything. I think we're all waiting for the moment Mr. Wiley will shout, "Just kidding," and send us off to bed. But that moment never comes.
Fine then. Tom, take it away.
I've never seen him that far away before. He's actually got shoes, and he's... The fact they went to the effort of taping a knife to the trombone makes me wonder if that's going to happen again in a later route. Tom tapes a knife to the end of his trombone, takes 3 big steps back from the band, and does the routine alone. Everyone watches with wide, unseeing eyes. I can't remove my gaze from the knife as it flashes under the stadium lights with Tom's every move. The thought of the knife flying off Tom's trombone slide and striking an onlooker flashes through my mind. I motion for everyone to step back a little further, nudging some stunned rookies to get them moving. I spot the other trombonist among the crowd, wearing matching masks of fear and guilt. With wide, horrified eyes, we all watch Tom finish the routine. When the song ends, there's nothing but silence.
Well done, Tom. you have proven your dedication to this ensemble and redeemed yourself. For a time. As for the rest of the trombones, you can pack your bags tonight and walk home from here in the morning.
Really? You're letting them go? How interesting. Mr. Wiley, you're serious?
Of course I'm serious!
The band collectively flinches.
I've always been serious about band. And if you're not serious, then you can just get the hell out!
My mind rushes to resolve the situation. Mr. Wiley, you can't do that. Just think of all of the holes that will be left in the drill. And the trombone part.
Tom plays louder than the rest of his section combined. Besides, I've started to think it's better to have holes in the drill than people who suck.
They don't suck. They were just afraid to get hurt. Can you blame them? Put yourself in their shoes.
What's that? Are you saying you'd like to go with them, Cadence?
She's not. Leave her alone.
Thanks for standing up for me, Tom.
All right. But only because you made me proud tonight, Tom. Speaking of which, the Section of the Day award goes to Tom. I'll take my knife back now.
That's not who Section of the Day was going to, but I'm too afraid to speak up.
Oh yeah! Last of all, I want to personally thank Clark for sponsoring this event tonight.
Why did you throw Clark under the bus? Interesting. Clark?
It's thanks to him that I learned about the trombones misdemeanor. If anyone else notices anyone acting out of line, I hope you all take a page out of Clark's book and report straight to me.
I mean, he was with me, but... Why did he... Is it just because he doesn't like Clark? The band mutters amongst themselves, all eyes on Clark. I spot Peter looking beyond livid, his gold eyes ablaze with anger. Mr. Wiley doesn't acknowledge any of this and purposefully strides away, as if this entire ordeal was just another normal band practice. Clark?
I'm going to bed.
He grabs his clarinet case in his backpack, then rushes away from the many pairs of eyes glaring him down. Tom, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. And if you don't mind me asking, what were you thinking?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I wasn't taking him seriously at first, and in that moment I just thought, I'll die before I quit marching band.
You're insane.
I know, but I made a promise. Remember?
I remember.
And then when I was going up there, I thought, if I was the first to volunteer and hopefully the last, then no one else would volunteer and no one else would get hurt. Luckily for me, that's exactly what happened.
So you sacrificed yourself. Or rather, you sacrificed your entire section.
More or less. But now I'm starting to think the smarter thing would have been to get kicked out with the others. Damn it.
Brave. Foolish, but brave. The field quickly clears out. Susie's already left with Eugene. She looked scared out of her mind, so I don't blame her. But I have no Clark to walk with tonight. He fled as soon as he could. It's dark. Where did everyone go? Ah! Hi, nice to see you.
Cadence, you mentioned this sectional occurred on Monday. 2 days ago.
Yes.
I know the only reason I found out about this was because of Clark. He convinced you to come to me, didn't he? I expect you to take more initiative in the future.
Interesting. So, because Clark was there, he knew that's why she reported it. And that's why he gave full credit to Clark. Okay. It's not a cold night, but I find myself shivering as I enter my room. I feel like I don't even recognize Mr. Wiley after tonight. It was like looking into the eyes of a stranger. Susie? She's not here. She must have decided to stay with Eugene. I'm sure she feels safer with him than with me. But where does that leave me? I'm afraid too. I check my phone, hoping that by some magic service has returned, but there's nothing. My eyes grow warm and I blink back tears. Mom, I miss you.
How dare you!
Oh God, what's... Are you guys throwing him in the lake again?
What are you doing? Let me go!
Clark? Why is he screaming like that? What's going on? I run in the direction of his voice.
Put me down! No! No!
Clark! Yep. A cluster of band members is headed towards the lake. I recognize a number of faces belonging to the trumpets, trombones, and drumline. At the core of the group is Clark, held by each limb, struggling to escape.
Cadence!
Clark! The angry mob reaches the dock. My feet pound the ground as I struggle to catch up with them. I'm running downhill so fast that I almost pitch forward a couple times, barely managing to catch myself.
Let's shut him up on 3. 1, 2...
No! Stop! Leave him alone!
3!
Heave!
Clark! The group heaves Clark into the lake with all of their might. He hits the water with a splash. I couldn't get to him in time. Peter and the others take off, snickering. Yeah, unfortunately, this time, they're barking up the wrong tree. They're taking their frustrations out on Clark instead of Wiley. Clark! Are you okay? Clark stands shaking in the lake, soaked to the skin, eyes wider than the bell of a mellophone.
Yes, I'm fine.
Where are your glasses? He touches his face in shock.
My glasses. They're gone. How will I see my dress points?
That's what you're worried about? Geez, Clark. Hang on, I'm coming in.
You don't have to...
Too late! I kick off my socks and shoes. Then I step carefully into the water so I don't accidentally crush his glasses and begin feeling around.
Please, you don't have to do this. You'll catch a cold if you're not careful.
Shh! Your glasses are important. We should find them.
I hope they aren't broken.
So how did they snatch you? I thought you went back to your room.
I did. Peter's little brother knocked on my door and said Mr. Wiley wanted to see me. Peter grabbed me when I stepped outside and said I would pay for putting Tom in danger.
Those dang dongs! I'll give them hell for this. Along with everyone else who did this to you.
You don't have to do that for me. This is enough.
We search in silence for a few minutes more, but the glasses are nowhere to be found. It's getting cold and we're both starting to shiver.
Forget it. It's too dark to see anything properly. I'll come back in the morning to continue my search.
I'll come with you.
You don't have to...
Thank you.
Let's get back to your room and dry off. I keep one eye out for those bullies on our way back. If they try anything, I will fight them tooth and nail. They'll be sorry they mess with me and Clark.
Please come in.
The room is empty. Clark's roommate isn't here. I was wondering if he had a roommate. Clark sits down on his bed, his eyes sad and distant. I think I can see him shaking a bit.
I never wanted anything like this to happen. I thought I was doing the right thing by informing Mr. Wiley about the trombones. I never meant for anyone to get hurt. Or kicked out of band.
It's okay, Clark. It's water under the bridge now. At least you're remorseful about it.
Yes, but it doesn't matter, does it? The band won't care if I'm sorry or not. All they care about is that I caused this mess. They'll never forgive me.
But I will. You were only doing what you thought was right.
Well,
Yes. What I think is right seems to be wrong in everyone else's eyes.
What do you mean?
Holding myself to high standards. Trying to score the teacher's favor. Devoting myself to every single project or activity I pursue. It seems to do nothing but draw ire from my fellow classmates. Ever since I was young, it's been like this.
Maybe it's jealousy?
There's nothing to be jealous of, except perhaps my grades. I don't have any close friends. No one seeks me out because they just see me as a hard-ass jerk. But I can't help it. I just want to succeed. I want all of us to succeed.
What about me?
What?
You don't see me as a close friend?
I do. Do you see me as a friend?
Of course. Can you really not tell? I sought you out, Clark, because I like you. I'll be honest, I did think you were a jerk at first. How could I not, with your constant criticism of my conducting? I smiled to show him I mean no harm. But the more I got to know you, the more I realized how much fun you are and how many great qualities you have. Your hard-working nature and devotion are so admirable.
You may be the only one to think so.
Okay. Well, if I can give you some advice, I would say to be a little less blunt when criticizing others. Also, drop the self-deprecation. That'll just keep dragging you down.
I don't mean to sound so harsh. It just comes out that way.
Then try to stop and think through your words first.
Easier said than done.
Easier thought than said. He snorts at my correction.
I doubt I'll be able to salvage my reputation after tonight.
You can still try. You salvaged it with me, after all. A long silence passes between us. I hope Clark will take my advice, but he's so down on himself at the moment. I wish I could lift his spirits more.
I'd better let you get to bed.
You know, if you'd feel safer, you could sleep in my room tonight. Susie is staying with Eugene.
Excuse me?
Scandalous! Oh, Clark.
Absolutely not! That would be completely scandalous!
What? No, it wouldn't. It's not like we're doing anything. I just don't want your roommate to do anything to you. Who is your roommate, anyway?
Reed, my fellow clarinetist. He is fairly indifferent to the goings-on in band and usually has his face buried in a book, so I'm positive that I am not in any danger.
Oh my gosh. His name is Reed. Seriously? Badum-tsh. I wonder if Reed chose to play clarinet because his name is Reed, or his name is Reed because he plays clarinet. Yeesh, I'm joking. Aw.
I know.
My heart skips a beat at the sound of Clark's light-hearted laughter.
I'd be concerned for your intelligence if you weren't joking.
Get some rest.
Anyways, you had better get some rest. Good night, Cadence.
Good night. You get some rest too, Clark. I'm sure things will look better in the morning.
I hope so, but I doubt I'll be able to tell how it looks unless someone finds my glasses.
Good one. Yeah, I figured that was your attempt at a joke.
That was my attempt at a joke.
Pretty good for your first try. I give him a playful touch on the shoulder, and I'm relieved to see that his shaking has stopped. See you, Clark. I quickly head back to my room. Still no Susie. I hope everything will be better tomorrow. Probably not. Please let everything be okay tomorrow. Nope, not gonna happen.